So let's see these problems. First problem, there are 4 point masses are arranged as shown in the figure. Calculate the moment of inertia about x-axis, about y-axis, and about z-axis. So you can see in this picture the coordinate systems are given and 4 mass 3 kg, 2 kg, 5 kg and 4 kg are arranged like this way and coordinates are given. Okay, we have to find inertia about x-axis, about y-axis and about z-axis. All 3 questions they are asking. Okay, let's find inertia about first x-axis. Ix days is what? This is x-axis, okay, right? Yes, okay, x days, right? About this line we are rotating these 4 masses, right? What is the inertia? Two objects directly, inertia becomes 0. This 5 kg is placed on this axis itself, so distance becomes what? 0. This is the axis we are rotating. So this mass 5 kg is placed at the origin. This is what? At the same axis itself. So r is what? 0. So no inertia due to what? This k. And same way this 2 kg body is also placed on x axis. So no inertia due to what? This mass also. Okay, these two directly gone. Now inertia is due to what? That mass 3 kg, right? 3 kg into distance how much given? 3. So m into what? R square means again 3 kg into what? 3 square plus inertia due to what? This mass 4 kg, right? Into distance is given how much? What? Y distance we need, this distance, that's given what? 2 meter, and this become what? 2 square. So that becomes 9 into 27, that is 27, and that becomes what? 4 and 4 becomes what? 16, right? Usually when I am solving these questions I do always calculation mistakes. Okay, concept is not wrong, nothing will be wrong, but calculation I do wrong because I do very quickly. Okay, so we have to add this number only. So how much this comes? 27 plus 16. So 37 plus 6 is what? 43 I think. So 43 kg meter square, that's the unit you have to write, right? Okay, let's find about y axis. About y axis, let's call y days, means about this line you want to find. Okay, yes, y days. So again inertia due to this mass and that mass becomes 0 because they are placed on what? Y axis itself. These two mass are remaining 2 kg and 4 kg, due to you have to find. So 2 kg mass, 2 kg into r square, so that distance is what? 2 meter, so into 2 square, then 4 kg, and distance is what? That distance what? Minus 2. Even you put minus 2 it will become plus only, because inertia is what? mr square. So even r is negative, still answers come positive only. So this becomes 4 it becomes 8, and that becomes what? 4, and 4 becomes 16. So this becomes what? 24 kg meter square. Then now let's find about what? Z axis. Z axis means perpendicular line to here. Now give attention. Now axis is like this way, perpendicular. So due to this 5 kg alone becomes what? 0. Then these 3 mass are remaining, we have to find due to them. Okay, let's find. First I am finding this is 2 kg. 2 kg into what is the distance from this axis? That's what? X distance 2 meter. So 2 into what? 2 square. Okay, plus 3 kg. 3 kg distance from this axis means y axis is what distance? That distance what? Given what? 3. So into 3 square plus. Now it's very important now for your 4 kg body. What is the distance? This axis here. What is the distance of this? This is given in plane. These are placed on like x axis, this placed on y axis, this placed on, but this is given placed in plane. So we need that distance. What distance? Give attention. That distance we need. When you are talking about y axis, we need that distance. Let's call that distance r. This distance we need. So that distance is what? This is given 2 centimeter. This is given 2. This is given 2. So you have to find that. Okay. This side is what? 2 meter, that side is 2 meter. So r becomes how much? R will be, you say r square is equal to 2 square plus 2 square, right? Pythagoras theorem simply we are writing. So this becomes 4 means simply this becomes 8. So r is what? Root of 8, or you say 2 root 2, correct? So 4 into 2 root 2 square you write, or simply it becomes 8 only, no need to do hard work, right? Okay, so when you calculate this, how much should come? This should comes what? 8, and that should becomes what? 27, right? And this should become what? 32. So if you add this number, how much it comes? 32 plus 2 is what? 40. 40 and 27 is what? 67 kg meter square. Now what we have recently learned a rule, that's called perpendicular axis theorem. The Iz is equal to what? Ix plus Iy. You can apply that here also. Look here. Suppose you add these to Ix plus I1, how much coming? If you add these two answer, how much come? 4 plus 3 means what? 7. 4 plus 2 means 6. 67? Yes, Z axis also coming what? 67, right? Yes, this is applicable. Okay, Ix plus Iy is also equal to what? Iz. So for an exam they ask, then no need to calculate this term. This you calculated, add them, that's about what? Your Z axis. Okay, move on. So then they're saying that two identical rods are kept. Okay, two identical rods are kept as shown in figure. Find the moment of inertia about an axis passing through the point O and perpendicular to the plane. So these are two rods of length L and mass placed as L shape, and we have to find inertia about this O point. Axis is like this one, perpendicular to the plane, right? Now means simply what happening, this is rod 1, rod 2, right? So we have to find inertia. Inertia is always what? Positive and always what? Added only. Okay. I want to do a correction, small correction. While writing the formula, I wrote this also, that you can write in vector form like this way. Right now I wrote something, I think, so this is not possible. I think I wrote that a little wrong. Okay, in flow. Inertia is what? Scalar. Okay, you don't write in vector form. Okay, so please correct that. If you wrote this also somewhere in vector form, please cross that. Okay, so what I am saying now, these are two rods are given and we are rotating about this point. So this point is called simply end of the rod, right? For this rod also this end of the rod, that rod also is the end of the rod, right? So end of the rod formula already we know, ml square by 3, right? About center of mass we know is what? Ml square by 12, and about this point already we calculated ml square by 3 plus ml square by what? 3. Two rods are there, both rods are at about the end of the rod, correct? So this becomes what? 2 by 3 of ml square. It will be very interesting, like here angle is what? 9 degree, it doesn't depends on angle. Same rod you put like that way also, these are two rods like that angle, still answer will be same only. Or you put exactly like that way, still answer will be what? Same. Okay, yes. Okay, so you have corrected that thing. Let's move to the next question. Three identical spheres of each mass m and radius r are arranged as shown in the figure. Calculate the inertia about x days and y days. So spheres, when they say only spheres means always solid sphere. When talking hollow sphere, they will say hollow word, or they say spherical shells. Okay, so these are first solid, do not confuse. So three spheres are arranged like this one. Okay, yes, and this type of question was asked in our exam also. Okay, so we have to find inertia about these three spheres about x days and about what? Y days. Okay, yes. So about x means they are rotating, everybody rotating about what? X days like this one. Okay, spinning. Okay, let's find about first x days. We want to find the inertia. Let's give some name to sphere. Sphere number 1, sphere number 2, sphere number 3. Okay. Now, about x axis we are talking, they are rotating about what? X axis. So how sphere number 1 rotating? So this axis is nothing but what? Simply the diameter of this axis is what? Simply diameter of the sphere. Means this sphere is rotating about diameter, and same this sphere also rotating about what? Diameter, right? No problem. Okay, so what is the inertia due to this sphere, solid sphere? So it becomes 2 by 5 mr square, sphere number 1, plus second sphere 2 by 5 mr square. But third sphere is what? Not about diameter right now. So what we have to do? We have to write parallel axis theorem. Okay, so give attention here. This third sphere, so this is diameter, right? So about this line is rotating, right? About this line. So this distance we have to calculate, d distance. Then you write parallel axis theorem, right? So this I1, this I2, sphere 1, sphere 2, sphere 3 you are finding. So let's find that d. So how to find d? Means we need that straight distance, this distance we need. So we are writing here geometrical, look here, let's make a triangle here, this is a triangle. So that is r, that becomes what? 2r, that's what your d. Can you see? Or should I highlight this? Look in this triangle. That center, that's they are in contact, so that distance become what? R, and r 2r, that's what your r, and that becomes what? D. So writing Pythagoras theorem, 4r square means square of that side is equal to what? D square plus what? R square. Square of that side is equal to square of this side plus this side. So from here D becomes what? Root 3 times of the R. That's what your D calculation. D means that distance. Now what's the inertia due to the third sphere? Okay. If you're confused here, before that I can write one more thing. Inertia due to I1 plus I2 plus what? I3. 3 spheres we have to add. Okay. Yes. So we want to find the inertia due to this sphere about that line. So about this diameter we know, or you call simply center of mass, and then we write parallel axis theorem here. So about center of mass is what? 2 by 5 mr square plus md square. M and d means what? That distance. So that becomes root 3 times of r and square of that, right? This is what total inertia about what? X days. So how much it becomes? Okay, let's simplify that terms. So first these three are same thing only. 1, 2, 3 times, so it becomes 3 into 2, so 6 by 5 of mr square plus, how much this becomes? This becomes what? 3 mr square, 3 mr square, okay. Yes, I added these 3 terms, then this is separate, okay. So this becomes what? 15 plus 6 means what? 21 by 5 of mr square. That's the inertia about what? X days. Now let's find about what? Y days. So inertia about y days will be same way, I1 plus I2 plus what? I3 we have to calculate. So give attention here, we are finding about what? This axis, that line, this is called y line, right? Okay, let's talk. For sphere number 1, this is simply a tangent. Sphere number 2, this is also a tangent. And sphere number 3 is passing through what? The center of mass, or this is simply a diameter, right? No confusion? So this y line is tangent to this sphere, is tangent to that sphere, and passing through what? Center of mass, means about diameter of the sphere. So sphere number 1 is about tangent. Tangent follows solid sphere directly, we remember. So how much that? 7 by 5 of mr square. Second sphere also 7 by 5 of mr square. And third sphere, this is about what? Simply diameter only, means general formula 2 by 5 mr square. Okay, so how much we get? 7 plus 7, 14, 14 2 plus 16, 16 by 5 of mr square. That's your answer. So this is about x days, this is about y days. In exam they can ask like ratio also, what is the inertia about x days to y days, you can divide them, right? Okay, let's move on. Fourth problem. So it says that 4 identical rods we have, and they are arranged as shown in a form of a square. 4 identical rods are given, length L and mass M. They are arranged in form of square as shown in the figure. Find the inertia about an axis passing through the center of the square and perpendicular plane. This is center, and they are talking about this axis. What's the inertia of this system about what? This. So these are simply 4 rods. Everyone has length L and mass what? M. Identical, you find inertia about due to any one rod about that point and multiply by 4 times, because we have 4 identical rods, right? So suppose let's calculate inertia due to this rod, any one rod, this rod about that point is what? So this point is away from the rod. So we have to write parallel axis theorem. First calculate inertia of this rod about this point. This is called center of the mass, correct na? So I am writing inertia due to one rod, any one rod we talk, okay? Then how much it becomes? So inertia about this point is what? ml square by 12. Then we need that distance to apply parallel axis, that becomes simply L by 2 D, right? So what's the inertia due to one rod? ml square by 12. That's what you are simply inertia about this point. This is the middle point of the rod. Suppose you rotate rod about that point. In real, we are rotating about this point, spinning about this point. So plus md square. md means what? L by 2 square. That's d. Okay, so how much this becomes? ml square by 12 plus ml square by 4. So this becomes simply ml square by what? 3. So ml square by 3. This is the inertia due to what? One rod now. Okay, inertia due to what? One rod. And we have similar rod, exactly 4 rod has same mass, same length, and same distance from what? Axis of rotation. So into what? 4. That's your final answer. So total inertia will be what? 4 by 3 of ml square. That's the net inertia, right? Yes, we will do more questions on this because very important topic. Okay, let's talk about 5th questions. 3 identical rods we have are arranged as shown, arranged in an equilateral triangle form, and find the inertia about an axis passing through the geometrical center and perpendicular to the plane. So these are three rods of each mass m and length l arranged in a form of a equilateral triangle, and about this point you have to calculate inertia, and axis is what? Perpendicular to the plane like this way, correct? Yes. Okay. So three identical rod we have. At this point we want to calculate inertia, means what? Suppose we need that distance. This will be center of this rod, about this point we know, then we have to find about this point, so we need that distance also d, same, it will be same for all rod, right, that distance. So you find due to any one rod, then it multiply by 3 times to calculate all due to what? 3 rods, right. So first job is to find that d distance, and it's very important because this equilateral triangle comes in every topic of physics in all chapter, and we need to find always the distance of this centroid, right. So first let me explain that. You have a triangle and you want to find centroid distance, then how you will find? Okay, this distance you want to find. First you find that distance. What distance? That. This we call L, that become L by 2, that's call you Y, or that total height we calling suppose H. Okay. So Pythagoras theorem we write, we get L square is equal to what? S square plus L square by 4. From here you see that S square becomes what? 3 by 4 of L square, or H is simply what? Root 3 by 2 of what? L. The total height is what? This much. How much? Root 3 by 2 of L. This you should remember directly, because in each and every topic this will be there, equilateral triangle will come, and always we need the distance of the centroid. Okay, then what happens? This part from centroid, that distance and that distance from this vertex to that, and this from here to here, this point, this is divided into what? 2:1. What is the ratio of this? This you call suppose Y, this you call X, or whatever name, doesn't matter. So Y ratio X is always what? 2:1. That distance and that distance are divided in this ratio, keep in mind. Okay, we want to find that distance X. So X is what? Look here, X will be one part out of what? Total 3 part into total distance what? How find here? Root 3 by 2 of what? L. So this become L upon 2 root 3. So that's a distance. Remember, this X is how much? From the middle point of any side to what? That centroid distance X is what? L by 2 root 3. Same way you can find Y also, the distance from vertex. You can write here Y is equal to 2 part by total 3 part into what? Root 3 by 2 of L, right. So this is very important first. Okay. Okay. Now let's find inertia due to one rod. Inertia due to any one rod I am finding. Okay. So what is we writing parallel axis theorem? Inertia about this point, you know, ml square by 12. Then md square. So what is the answer? ml square by 12 plus md square, and d we calculated here L by 2 root 3 and square of this number. So ml square by 12 plus how much this becomes? It becomes L square. Yes, L square. This becomes what? 4, and this becomes what? 3. So this becomes what? 12. So this becomes what? Sorry, m is missing here. ml square by what? 6. Check calculations correct only, because I do calculation mistake. So this square of this number, L square, okay, 4 and this what? 3, so become 12, yes, become ml square by 6. So total will be what? We have 3 identical rods, so 3 times of ml square by what? 6 means ml square by 2. That will be net inertia of the 3 rods arranged in terms of an equilateral triangle, and we finding inertia about what? Centroid, okay? Yes. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. 2 hollow spheres. These are hollow spheres given of mass m and radius r are joined by a massless rod. Rod has no mass, as shown in figure. Find the moment of inertia about x days. So this is what 2 spheres are given to you, hollow sphere joined by thin rod of length 2r, and they are asking inertia about what? I think not like this way. Inertia about here they are asking about any. So let's call this what? X days or y days, doesn't matter. So this whole system is rotated about what? That line. We have to find the inertia. So first thing, the inertia of the rod will be 0, because this is given massless rod. So no inertia of this rod. So this is sphere number 1, sphere number 2. So inertia we have to find simply what? I1 plus what? I2. And I1 is what? This sphere is rotated about what? Diameter itself, right? Hollow sphere. So what is the answer? 2 by 3 of mr square of that sphere. Then we have to find what? The inertia due to this sphere. So for this we write parallel axis theorem. Inertia about diameter is 2 by 3 mr square, then we need that distance d. So how much that distance? From here to here, that distance. This length of the rod is given 2r. This become r by 2, that become r by 2, so the total length becomes what? 3r. the distance between this axis and that axis. Okay, we are rotating about that axis. So for second sphere, what is the answer? We are writing parallel axis theorem. So I is what? ICM plus MD square. ICM is again 2 by 3 MR square plus MD square. D means what? 3. So it becomes 3R and what? Square of this number. Okay. So these are same. This become 4 by 3 of MR square plus this become what? 9 MR square. Okay. Yes, so this become what? 27 plus 4, that becomes 31 by 3 of what? MR square. This is a total inertia. Okay. Yes. Moving on to the next problem, that says here 4 identical spheres are given to you, arrange as shown in figure. Like similar question already we have answered just now. Okay, and here again just spheres given means what? Again solid sphere. When they ask hollow, they will say hollow or what? Spherical shell. Just sphere word is given means what? Solid sphere. Find the moment of inertia about what? X days. So some x is given here, x days. About this we have to find inertia. 4 identical spheres. So sphere number 1, sphere number 2, sphere number 3, sphere number 4. So look here, when these spheres are rotating about this axis, we are talking this, then for this sphere this is simply diameter, is rotating about diameter, that sphere also rotating about diameter, and these two spheres are rotating about what? Tangents, right? Sphere number 2 and sphere number 3 rotating about what? Tangent. This line is what? Simply tangent to these two spheres. So what is the inertia? Look here, I1 plus I2 plus I3 plus what? I4. I1 inertia for this sphere, this is simply diameter. Solid sphere is what? 2 by 5 MR square, that's about diameter. Okay. Okay, sphere number 2 is about what? Tangent. Correct. Tangent means becomes what? 7 by 5 of MR square directly. For this sphere also tangent 7 by 5 of MR square, and for this sphere again what? Diameter, so it becomes 2 by 5 of MR square. So 7 plus 7 14, 14 plus 2 16 plus 2 what? 18, 18 by 5 of MR square, that will be your answer, right? Okay, let's see at problem. It says that 3 particles of each mass m are arranged, 3 particles, okay, point masses are given of each mass m are arranged at the 3 corners of equilateral triangle. Again equilateral triangle is given as shown in figure. Calculate the moment of inertia about a line AX days. So this is A, thus X days. So about this line we have to calculate inertia, which is perpendicular to what? Side AB. This line is perpendicular to what? Side AB. This is side AB. So 3 masses are placed at the 3 corners. You can see m of each value m. We have to find inertia about that line. Okay. So let's give name. This is mass number 1, this mass number 2, so this mass number 3, so that we can easily understand. So look here, net inertia will be what? Simply I1 plus I2 plus what? I3. We have to find this. Now what is I1? I1 inertia due to what? That's mass. This is placed on the axis itself, right? Because that's the axis passing through this mass. So that becomes what? 0 directly, because no r, no distance. What is inertia due to second sphere? This sphere I am talking, right? So this sphere is distance of what? L, right? L distance. So inertia due to that sphere simply become ml square. Right, that's distance what? L. Now you have to find inertia to third sphere. Third sphere means what? This axis. So we need what? That distance. This distance we need, correct? So that distance we have to find. Then whatever this distance, let's call x or y. Then mx square, that will be your answer. So if you want to find that distance, if you watch carefully, if you draw a line here. So this is what? That distance how much? What? L by 2, right? So that also what? L by 2 simply. Yes or no? Because this, if you draw a straight line here, that's cutting what? At middle point of this, right? L by 2. So that distance also L by 2, because straight line, right? These two lines are what? Parallel. So simply what is the answer for this is mr square. M and r means what? We got L by 2 and what? Square. So we become ml square by what? 4. So this is your net inertia. 0 plus ml square plus ml square by 4. So you become 5 by 4 of ml square. That's your answer, right? Okay. So we have done 2 type of questions. Main question is what? Okay, the first question is what? Point mass. Like this is an example of again point mass, right? Just mr square you have to do, right? Then second type of question is what? This regular bodies, which you have learned 9 bodies. They are arranged in some form, and we have to find the net inertia. Simply inertia is always addition, always positive, so you can do. Now after this we have 2 more type of questions. One is what? Integration problem. One is what? That cutting of the bodies problem. Okay, that we'll do question based on them. Okay. So we're doing questions based on now third type of problems, which are based on what? Cutting of the body. Some part of the body will be cut and removed, then they will ask you the inertia of the remaining part. So it's very simple to solve. First what you do, we calculate the inertia of the complete body, right, about whatever given axis. Then we find the inertia of the removed part about the same axis, and we subtract these two answers. Okay, that will be the inertia of the remaining part. Let's see. And exactly similar question we have done in what? Center of mass also. A disc of radius r by 3 is cut from a bigger disc of radius r and mass given 9m. Find the moment of inertia of the remaining part about an axis passing through the O and perpendicular to plane. This is axis given about this axis and perpendicular this axis, right? So this is a complete disc of radius r and mass 9m. The small disc of radius r by 3 is cut and removed from here. Then we have to calculate what's the inertia of the remaining part now. Once we remove this part, about what? Again O. So first what you do here, always like we have done in centrum also, we have to find the mass of this piece, okay? Mass of the removed disc. Mass of the complete disc is given 9m. What's the mass of this piece? So mass proposed to what? Area or volume we can write. So mass for two-dimensional object you can write mass proposed to what? Area itself, right? Mass of the bigger disc is 9m. Mass of this mass, let's call m dash, we have to find. So area of the bigger disc is what? Pi r square, and area of the small disc is what? Pi r by 3 and what square? So 9m by m dash, this becomes what? 9. So m dash is simply coming equal to what? M. Mass of the bigger disc is given 9m, then mass of the small disc is coming what? M. Or suppose this was given m, then that become m by 9 by same way, okay? So for disc is given, you can write what? Area. Mass proposed to what? Area of the disc. Properly it's actually volume only, but thickness is same, so it becomes what? Area. Okay. Now what we do is this. We have to calculate two inertias. One inertia of the complete disc about that point. So I am writing here. I1 is what? Inertia of complete object, or here complete disc we have, right? Before cutting, what's the inertia? Okay. So it was a disc of radius r and mass 9m. So the disc, the inertia of a disc about this point is called axis passing through center of mass and perpendicular to the plane is simply what? Mr square by 2, right? So what is formula? Mr square by 2. But what is m here? M is given 9m, r is okay, and by what? 2. This is the initial, okay, equation 1. Initial inertia of this complete disc. Mass is given 9m, so be careful. Formula is what? Mr square by 2. M is given 9m, radius is given r only. Now you have to calculate what? The inertia of the removed part, means this part, that we will call I2 about that point. So I2 is what? Inertia of removed part. Means what you have to calculate? Inertia of this disc about that point. So we write parallel axis. First, what is that distance? We need d, because you have to apply parallel axis theorem. About this axis we know, again mr square by 2, right now, and we have to find about what? That point. So we write parallel axis theorem. So that distance will be what? This is what? R, that is what? R by 3. So this becomes 2r by 3, that distance. Okay, this is r, that's what? R by 3. So that becomes 2r by 3. So we are writing what? Parallel axis theorem. So we are writing ICM plus what? MD square. ICM is what? MR square by 2. M is M, R is what? R by 3 square by 2. This is about center of mass. MR square by 2 formula. R is given R by 3 for this disc, not R. Okay, so I put here correctly. Plus MD square. M is M and D square means that distance. So that becomes 2 by 3 R and square. So how much this becomes? Okay. So this comes what? This becomes 9. 9 become 18. So MR square by what? 18 here, right? Plus here becomes 4 by what? 9 of mr square. So if you take 18 LCM here, then what will get? We get 18 LCM here. 18 goes one time, 9 goes two times. So 2 into 8 is what? 8. So again it becomes 9 by mr square, right? So this becomes 1 by 2 of mr square. Now what is the answer final? This is the inertia of the complete disc. This is the inertia of the removed part. So inertia of the remaining part. Inertia of remaining part. You have to subtract these two, okay? That will, I will be equal to what? I1 minus I2. So 9 by 5 mr square minus 1 by 2 of mr square. So this 9 by 2. 9 by 2 mr square minus 1 is become 8 by 2 mr square, means what is the answer? 4 mr square. That's the answer of this question, right? Yes, if one more disk is cut and removed here at same disk, same rest, then this will be what, double removed part, again same thing. Okay. Okay, let's check this question. Four holes of each radius r are cut from a square plate of side 4r and mass m. Square plate of side 4r, this side also 4r, everyone square plate, and mass is what, m. They are cut and removed. Find the moment of inertia of the remaining part about z axis. About this point you have to calculate the inertia of the removed part. So four holes or four discs are cut and removed like this way. These are the centers of individual, right. So first job is to find the mass of what, each disc, right. Okay, so again we write area concept, same, we say mass is proportional to what, area. Look here, what is the mass of the complete square plate, that we are calling m, and m days we are calling mass of the any one part, let's call m days. Everybody has m days, identical plates we are cutting. So what is the mass of the complete disc, complete square plate, that's calling m. So area of the complete disc is what, a square, right. So it becomes what, 4r into what, 4r. Area of the complete sheet is what, square sheet is what, a square, right. Then area of this any one disc is what, pi r square, correct, pi r square, correct na? Hope you are understanding this. So this becomes what, 16 by what, pi. So m days, if you are calculating m days, that becomes what, pi by 16 times of the m. This is the mass of what, each piece first. Okay. Now we have to follow same step. You have to calculate inertia of the complete object. Okay. So I1 is the inertia of the complete object. Initially we have a square sheet. We are finding inertia about this point. So rectangular sheet formula we learned, m by 12 a square plus b square. So what is the answer? Mass is what, m by 12 a square. A square means 4r. B square also what, 4r. So this becomes 4r square plus 4r what, square, right. M by 12 a square plus b square. Okay. Yes. So how much this becomes? 4r, 16r square, 32. So this becomes 32 by 12 of mr square. If you want to solve this further by dividing a 4, this becomes what, 8 by 3 of mr square, equation 1. This is the inertia of the complete square sheet before cutting. Now we have to calculate what's the inertia of this disc which are cut and removed part. So you have to find any one, let's find due to one, this one, and multiply by what, 4, because 4 part we cutting. So again here we have to write parallel axis theorem, because we are finding inertia about that point, O point, and we know inertia about this center of the disc, that's what, mr square by 2, correct. Yes, radius given r, mass already we found what, somewhere here. So then we need that distance to apply what, this is what your d. So let's draw geometry here. So that's what your r, that's what your r, that's what your d. So see from geometry, what we getting? We getting d square is equal to what, r square plus r square. D becomes what, root 2 times of the r, right. That's the d, that distance. Now I am writing inertia due to one disc. Okay, what's the inertia due to one disc? So I am writing parallel axis theorem, ICM plus what, md square. This is a formula I am applying. ICM, inertia about center of mass, is called mr square by 2. mr square by 2. M is what, pi by 16 of m, r square is okay by what, 2. This is about center of mass, plus md square, pi by 16 of m, d. D means that distance we calculated, root 2. So it becomes root 2 means become 2r square, right. Yes. Okay. So how much this comes? So look here, just pi by 16 mr square if you take common, then you getting, okay, pi by 16 mr square you take common, then what is remaining here? Here remaining 1 by 2, here remaining what, 2, right. Yes. So this 1 by 2 plus 2, or this become 5 by 2 actually, simply I can write here what, 5 by what, 2. So that is what remaining. Okay. So this is what inertia of what, one disc about that point, and we have similar 4 discs. So total inertia, if you talk about them, total inertia, then what is the answer? So I2 will be total how much, 4 times of this number, pi by 16 mr square into what 5 by 2. So 4 goes here 4 times. So we are getting answer 5 by what 8 pi also there and mr square. So check calculations. Concept is okay. I said calculation, I do wrong sometime. Okay, this is coming. So this is your final answer. What's the inertia of the remaining part is what I1 minus what I2. Inertia of the complete disk we wrote here already. How much? 8 by 3 of mr square minus 5 pi by 8 of mr square. So some number you take common, like take mr square common, then this is remaining 8 by 3 minus 5 pi by what 8. That's the inertia of the remaining part. Hope I did calculation correct. If anything wrong, please put in comment. Okay. Yes. Okay. Now these are questions on what cutting of the bodies. Now one last problem is what integration. Irregular bodies we are there. Then we have to find the what moment of inertia. Okay. These are the problems based on last point, which based on what continuous body, where we have to do what integrations. Okay. So first example I took of the rod itself, because rod answer already we know right now. So let's see how that answer comes. So this question they are asking that find the moment of inertia of a rod of length L and mass m about an axis passing through its end and perpendicular to the length. Means we rotating this rod about the end of the rod. Then what is the this moment of inertia? Already you know answer that if you rotate about this point becomes ml square by 12. If you rotate about this point, this becomes what ml square by 3. Let's calculate the same answer by integration. Okay. So I told you like at the center of mass, this answer you have to remember directly. This all coming from by integration. So let's see how it happens. So what we do is this always. Formula is first what? R square into what dm. Okay. So this dm small mass you have to replace in terms of what distance actually always. How? What you do? You choose always a small element here. Okay. Like choose small element of small thickness what dl. Small length what dx. Place at distance of what dx x. So we choose a small strip or small element on this of length what dx, place a distance of x, and mass is what dm. Correct. For if rod you have, you write linear density. If you have plate, you talk about area, or you have 3D object, then write what volume density. Okay. So here with rod we talk about density. So density of the rod is what, let's call what symbol you can write, lambda whatever is mass by length of the rod, right? That you can also write for small mass by what, small length dx. So what I am saying, this formula always this dm you have to remove and you have to bring what dx there. In terms of length you have to bring here. That you do like always like this way. Rod is given, then write linear density, mass by length, small mass by small dx. Suppose this plate, that I will give example here. Then talk like density is equal to what, mass by area. So small mass by small areas, total mass by total area. Like here total mass by total length, small mass by small length, right? So from here you write what is dm. Dm will be simply m by l into what, dx. Sometime lambda will be given to you, like linear density of this rod will be given. That example I gave in center of mass. You can write that dm is equal to lambda into what, dx. Okay. Here mass and length we know, so I am writing this format. Now you write your formula. Your formula say integration is what, r square into what, dm. Okay, r square means general distance, that I took x square, that distance, and dm is I wrote m by l into what, dx, and this length varies from 0 to what, l we know, right now. From here to here it varies. Okay. Okay. So let's solve this. You see that your m and l is constant. Take outside, you got x square into dx, 0 to what, l. So this become m by l, and this become x cube by what, 3, 0 to what, l. If you put 0 here, everything is 0, and if you put l here, then it becomes what, l cube. So one l get cancelled, you get what, m l square by what, 3. Yes, this is the inertia about that point, right? Already I told you. Correct. So you can find inertia about any point. Okay, this is what like linear object, rod. So you write linear density to remove that term. Now look here, this term. Calculate the moment of inertia of a semicircular disc of radius r and mass m about an axis passing through the center and perpendicular plane. About this one you have to write. Already I told you, suppose this disc, right now, disc. Inertia about this point is say mr square by 2. Then I said if you cut it symmetrically, then these values will not be affected. Suppose you cut and remove this much part, this sector remove, then suppose this is not there, still answer will be same. If suppose mass of this is what, m, mass should not change, mass of this remaining part is m, then answer is what, mr square by 2 only. Okay. Even remove that much part and I say that mass is what, m. If mass is changing, then that will change. Mass we keeping same, then still answer is what same, because we rotate this half disk like full, it look like a full disk in rotation, right now. Yes. So here answer should also comes what, mr square by 2 only for this half disk. Let's check it how. So what we do, formula will remain same, formula will be r square into what, dm, thus we have to find inertia. So look here, what we do in this case, this is a two-dimensional object, so we'll talk about area. So we'll talk that let's say density or rho, whatever you want to call, sigma something is equal to any symbol you can write, is what, total mass by total area, areal density will write. So area of this is what, it's a half plate, so it's become pi r square by 2, right now. Yes, same way write what, small mass dm by small area, like write dA. This is a total mass by total area, small mass small area. So what is small area? We choose a strip here, anywhere, like here. This strip has thickness of dx and place a distance of what, or radius what, x, same like this, okay. So listen here, this is okay, what will be dm by what will be area? Area is what, you know that the distance which is called pi r, the length of this strip will be what, pi into r, right now, pi r means we are calling here x, pi into x, and thickness of this strip is what, dx. So this is the area of that thin strip. What is the area of this thin strip? I draw a line like here, okay. So length of will be pi r, correct, pi r. Right, okay, because total length of circle is what, 2 pi r, it's a half only, so I wrote pi r. Pi r means general distance, radius I am calling x, into thickness is what, dx, this is the area. So I have to replace actually dm. So what is dm? Look here, dm will be equal to, this term goes there, so m by pi r square by 2 into pi x into what, dx. That's what your small mass. So if you want to cancel something, like you can cancel, this 2 goes up, so 2m by r square x into what, dx. So this we have to put now in formula. So integration will be what, r square into dm, r means what, your x square, general distance, dm is what, 2m by r square x into what, dx, okay. And this goes from 0 to r radius. So when you integrate this, this number is a constant, these numbers are constant, let's take them outside. So 2m by r square took outside, what is remaining, x square x into dx, this becomes x cube into what, dx, and x cube's integration becomes what, x power 4 by 4, 0 to what, r. So when you put here 0, everything is 0, when you put r here, so r square get cancelled, getting what, 1 by 2 is getting m r square by what, 2, that's the answer you are getting here, okay. Yes. So these are the integration, and when you talk NEET exam, they did not ask, they have asked in EAMS exam, yes, okay. So you should not worry that this type of question can be also asked, but they are simple knowledge, nothing is difficult, okay. Just always you have to remove this dm term, you have to put in terms of x or r, that's all, okay. So this is a linear given mass, you write mass by length density, aerial given mass, mass by area, and it's like sphere is given, then mass by volume, like that, okay. So these all questions we have done on the first topic, finding just inertia alone, right. 4 type of questions. Point mass is directly formula, right, mr square, multiple masses you have to add them, m1 r1 square plus m2 r2 square, right. So inertia is a scalar quantity, not vector. And second type of question, what, regular bodies, uniform bodies, all I have discussed, 9 bodies and their combination they ask. Third type of question is what, you're cutting off a body, a part of cut is cut and removed, then we have to find inertia. So you find the inertia of the complete body, inertia of the removed part, then you subtract them, that gives inertia of the remaining part. And fourth question is what, continuous bodies, where you have to do integration, right. Okay, if you have any problem, I did some calculation somewhere wrong, please put in the comment. Thank you so much.